So the Lord was speaking to me this morning and he said, do not forfeit your gifts. So the Bible tells us that God gives gifts without repentance. However, we can lessen those gifts if we're not using them properly, if we're unappreciative of those gifts. So when I was first saved, the Lord gave me two gifts that I really did not like, and it really disturbed me. I hated the gifts. And I had a hard heart before coming to Christ. So the gifts that he gave me dealt with my heart. So my heart was fully used with these gifts, and it just made me so uncomfortable. So one of the gifts was like a supernatural empathy. And I'm not talking about like earthly empathy, but like this was a supernatural heavenly empathy. I can be driving my car and then weeping and lamenting will fall upon me, just like all flat out weeping and crying and heaviness. And I would just ask the Lord, like, what is it? What is it? What are you saying? What are you saying? And he would tell me, he would show me a person. He'll like show me someone's face in my mind, and then he'll begin to show me what they're going through and what they're dealing with. So then I would go into intercession for them, and my heart was towards them in that moment of intercession and weeping and lamenting. And the Lord will cause us to do that, to intercede for people who are carrying loads and burdens that they cannot carry on their own. There was another gift that he gave me, and it was to describe the gift. I can look at a person, he will show me so much information about them, like personal deep information, or show me kind of their heart, if you will, or certain things that are upon them. So say for instance, if I meet a person and he just shows me like they have the spirit of hatred on them, so it's hard for me to decipher, like to deal with the person. It was hard for me to deal with the person, to separate the person from the spirit that I was seeing, and or the emotions that I was seeing, and the soul of the person. So that began to be so hard for me. And I just kept always complaining to the Lord, like, Lord, why did you give me these gifts? Why did you give me these gifts? So I did go through a season, which I mentioned on other videos. And since that season, the gifts have been lessened. But even in that season, I was missing those gifts. I'm like, Lord, what happened would happen, but he lessened those gifts. And again, it could have been seasonal, but don't forfeit the gifts. Like if you have it, ask the Lord how he wants you to use it. Ask him for balance with these gifts. And that was my mistake. I never asked for balance, or I didn't ask the Lord to guide me in these gifts. I just complained. I was honored to intercede and honored to know these things, but I still was complaining in my heart of hearts, because it was heavy on me and it affected me. Again, it was hard for me to even look at people because the Lord will give me so much information about a person. So it was hard for me to, again, separate the person from what the information that the Lord gave me about them. So do not forfeit your gifts. So bye for now. See you in the next video.